thankful and worthy. You know, we publish this little memorial meeting once a year. If you think about it, every Sunday's memorial meeting.
Yeah, it is, yeah. That's right. That's right.
And I'm thankful for that. You know, Brother Chad, we stayed up. I guess it was probably 2 in the morning before we laid down, talking about all the foolish things that we've been through and done, and all the trouble that we got into growing up. You know, really puts things in perspective, I guess, the older you get, and the older that your kids grow, and how you want nothing more but to keep them from doing what we did, making the same mistakes that we made. But life has a way, this world has a way of pulling you away from God. And I was reading this morning, I got up and was reading this morning, and Paul, when he was preaching, and he was talking in the book of Hebrews. And it's a scripture that I've read 100 times. But I thought it fit so well with this little memorial meeting. He starts out and he says, "Therefore we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we let them slip."
Yeah.
You know, and he goes on, and just a few scriptures later, he says, "Therefore let us fear a promise being left us of entering into rest. Any of you should come short of it." And he said, "For unto us the gospel has been preached, as well as to them." And he was talking about the world. He says, "It's been preached unto us, and we've heard, but it's also been preached to the world." And he said, "For we which have believed do enter into rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world."
Yeah.
And you know, I was thinking about that.
You enter into rest.
That little memorial meeting, all these that we're reading off, we can only hope that they've entered into that rest based on their own personal relationship with the Lord. And you know, I hope and pray this morning. I've already felt so good this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, even last weekend when I got up, I don't think I really said more than a couple words. But I just cried the whole time. And I was thinking last night, after I felt so good last night just listening to these brothers and listening to the singing. And it seems like all I could do is cry anymore. And you know what, last night when I laid down at night and I thought, what's wrong with me? What's going on with me? It seems like all I can do is cry anymore. And you know what? The very next thought that I had was that my cup's just running over.
Right.
My brother Chad, you know what? Sometimes it doesn't take getting up here and having some great sermon worked out. It's all in the manner in which you come. And you know what? I've been coming hungry,
That's right,
Chad. I've been coming thirsty for a blessing from my Lord. And you know what? I've been feeling pretty good because my Lord promised me, Josh, you said it last night, or Chad, might have been you, that said, we're as many as two or three are gathered in the right manner. There also will I be. You know what? I was thinking, to get a song ready, my voice ain't gonna hold. I had just a few years back, listen, I worked with just a young buddy, man. He was an awful troubled young man. I spent some time in prison. Didn't have a mother and father. Was raised by his grandmother. Alone, and you know what? He found out that I was a minister. Listen to me, and he come in out of my office one time. Listen, I was probably about 23 or 24 years old. And had never been in church in his life. Listen, and he come in and sat down and said, Mr. Newsom, I want to ask you something. He said, I've got a grandma that's getting ready to leave this world, and she's the only good thing that I've got in my life. Listen, and he said, and I heard that you was a preacher, so I want you to tell me how a God could take something, the only thing, the only bit of love I've ever felt in this world here. How could God of mercy take her away from me? Listen, and you know what? That was a hard conversation to have. But one of the first things that I asked him, I said, well, tell me about your mama. What kind of woman was she? And he said, well, the only thing I know is that every night she'd sit in her little rocking chair and she'd read this book here, listen, and she'd always try to get me to come, listen, and listen to the words, but I never would, you know what, I felt a little something down inside when he told me that. Now I've got some ammunition, you know what, and he told me, he said, she was an old Baptist. And he told me, he said, I just don't understand how a God could take the only good thing that I've got in my life. She's the only reason that I'm not still in prison. And you know what? I just looked at him and I said, wouldn't you give anything to keep her, just to have some more time with her? What would you give in your life to be able to spend just a little while longer with her? And he looked at me and said, I'd give anything just for one more day if God would just bless her to hold on for a little while longer. And I just looked at him and said, you know what? There's going to come a time when she's going to leave this world. And if you want to see her again, you can. That's the good news. Listen, and you know what? Just a few days later, I got a phone call, listen, in the middle of the night, and he said, Jeremy, I know it's late, I apologize, but I've got to tell you something. And listen, he said they called hospice in, and Mama was laying in her bed across the street from my house where he lived, and I'd been sitting with her while she struggled to breathe. And listen, and the nurse said, why don't you go home, go to your place across the road and take your nap. I said he hadn't slept in days. Listen to me. And he finally agreed to go over there. And he laid down on his couch and took a nap and fell asleep. And he told me, and he said, I felt someone begin to tap on my knee and woke me up. And when I opened my eyes, Mama was sitting there in that rocking chair, and she had this book in her hand, and he ran back over where she was, and she had left this world. You talk about a memorial. One of these days, I'm going to close my eyes, but I'm going to open them up to a better land.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to sing. And you know what I asked him after that? I said, so what are you going to do now? He said, well, one of the last things she did before she left was she took her little book here and she wrote my name in it and she gave it to me. And it said on the inside that her dying wish was for him to pick it up and read it. And he told me, he said, so I guess I'm going to have to give it a try. People, you don't understand the way God works. He can take a situation and make good out of it. Because we're talking about Olivia last night and what we went through with her. You know what? We questioned it so much and we struggled with it. And Brandy had that dream where she was sitting there and asking why. And that voice of the Lord spoke to her and said, don't you understand that there's been people that have never spoken to me, that have don't you know, brothers, I have never prayed before, but I've talked to him since this. He can take something just like the potter and turn it into something beautiful.
Storms of life,